What's up, everybody?
What's going on, guys? We are here doing a Gladiator today. In that, it is going to be, well, he already socketed. I'm assuming it's an AMD board. I'm assuming it is the 9800X3D on the MSI X870E Carbon Wi-Fi, and then we are throwing that in the O11 Vision compact case with an RTX 5080. It is early in the morning. Well, if it's early in the morning, if you're a gamer, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, running on no coffee. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna do it. We're gonna get the build done. See, guys, I'm barely functional when we do the 3 o'clock streams. I'm not functional on the 10 o'clock. Red kept me up all night playing Peak.
Yeah, okay.
All the peels, man. Why do we have so many peels on motherboards?
This is for Kyle. This is for Kyle.
Ooh.
Hey, what's up, Kyle? Backwards. This is your PC. Yep.
All right, Kyle.
Good. Glad you're able to join us.
What games made you want to pick up your PC? What's the first thing you're gonna play? That's what I want to know.
Death Stranding for sure.
Oh, I love Death Stranding, dude. I loved that game.
I have to play it.
I mean, dude, I want to play the second one, but I just have other stuff because I think it just came out.
Yeah.
Finally, yeah.
Came out last week, I think.
Yep.
Not for PC though.
No, and that's what I'm gonna wait for. Because one, my PS5 controller is broken.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's no fun.
No, but like my PS5 is pretty much like, I think the only games I played on my PS5 were Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales, that came with it. Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales, Ratchet and Clank, God of War. Wow, I played like 5 games.
Yeah.
Like Ratchet and Clank, Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2, Final Fantasy 16.
Did you play Rebirth?
No, because the reason I haven't picked up Rebirth. I played the original. What was the first Final Fantasy VII remake? Was it just remake?
Yeah, remake.
But I played Final Fantasy VII a lot, and honestly, there's some of the story changes I did not like. So like now, it's like you can't tell which Final Fantasy VII is the canon 7 or not.
Supposedly, it takes place after what was it? Dirge of Cerberus is like the last technical entry. It takes place after that in like an alternate timeline or something.
Okay. But like I played the original 7 so much that I know the story, and I don't like how they're taking one game and just cutting it into a trilogy. Like it should. That seems kind of weird.
Or 5 or 6 or whatever.
Yeah, whatever they want to milk it for.
Yeah, they said that it'll take however many games they think it needs to take or whatever.
Yeah, so I don't like how they're just milking it, and I'm just gonna wait because we all know when it comes out. Like when it's done, they're gonna make the like $70 triple pack or whatever, where you just get all the games in one bundle, and I'm just gonna wait for that. And I really like Final Fantasy 16, dude. I thought 16 was great. I love Yoshi P when he's going with Final Fantasy.
I wanna play that again, but I wanna play it on PC, and I've heard that the PC port is actually really bad.
Yeah, that I don't know.
At least according to Steam reviews. It's kind of sad.
And it's also, the performance on PlayStation wasn't great either. Like, it would dip below 30 quite a bit. So I'm assuming that, like, it's probably, the performance is still probably better than PlayStation. But I'm assuming, because I'm not saying it's not fair. It's fair. But you have a 5070 Ti. You have to remember, like, most users, like, when you look at the Steam charts, they're selling, like, a 3060 right now.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like what happens is, like, when games are not optimized for like a 3060 or 60 series card, that's when those reviews hit. Because I've seen a lot of games where they're like, yeah, performance is like dog shit, and I play it and I'm like, this is great, this is fine, and like I'm not hating on them, but it's like Because it's true. Like, if that's the most used hardware on Steam, that should be like the target. Like, it should work. Oh, I don't need this out yet. I just need to, no, I need it. Because like it was like Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter does like I recognize like bad performance, but I still hit like 100 FPS on that frame gen and stuff. But like if you were on like a 3060, that game ran like awful. Same thing with like Dragon's Dogma. So it's just like whenever I see those like review bombs for performance, you just have to remember it's coming from people that have a 3060 system.
Yeah.
Occasionally you'll get the rare one where it's like New World and they're like, yeah, this game made my 4090 self-destruct. Or what was it? It was the 50 or 3090s.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's also like PlayStation 5 is like, if you look at core count and everything, their hardware is about the equivalent of a 6700, which was better than a 3060. So, if it struggled on that card on a console, like it's gonna struggle on a slightly lower card on a.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So with a 5070 Ti, though, you should be fine.
Well, the only thing that got me worried was like people were saying that it was reminiscent of the Arkham City.
Oh, I didn't know it was bad then. I saw that for Mind's Eye.
Yeah. That's what some people were saying. I mean, it still has like a mostly positive, like in the 70s.
Yeah, I say it's worth picking up because that game is so good. That hit my top 3 by 5 times.
Oh, really?
Sure. It was 16. Yeah, I loved it, man. 9 is still top though. 9 will always be my favorite. 14 I put in its own class because it's an MMO. And it's not really fair because that story is so good, but that story is so good because it was like one 10-year arc that they built up to.
Yeah.
And then I actually, and then 6. I would say my 3 favorite are 9, 6, 16. And then I actually really like 12. That's a hot take, but I really like Final Fantasy 12.
I didn't care for 12.
The Ivalists are, or the Ivalist time, like not timeline, but era of Final Fantasy.
What's that mean?
So like there's an era between like Final Fantasy 9 and 10 wasn't really that too much, but it was like Final Fantasy. It was like more of the actual like medieval Final Fantasy era, and where you see like the floating airships that are like blimps and stuff, and castles and actual like swords, shields, plate mail armor, and they just call that the Ivalist era of Final Fantasy. And so that was like Final Fantasy 9, 12, 11, 14, and I love that era. I'll always be a fan of like just the medieval like high fantasy. Sorry. I don't get why. One thing I think is crazy is the Jean Diaz case has this nice feature where you can just pop the front glass out, and then
yeah, there's
the 11 you have to like unscrew it.
Yeah.
And not just unscrew it, but you have to unscrew like 4 things first. I think 6 deserves a remake, man. Because like I feel like whenever I talk to like someone who's like actually like played all, if not all, a majority of the mainline Final Fantasies, they all agree with me that 6 is like the best. 6 is so good. And 4 is really good. Are you looking up best Final Fantasy?
No.
I just heard you typing right when I said That one was the best.
Someone on YouTube asked for free. Can I have a PC? I said sure after you purchase one.
That's true. That will get you a PC.
That will guarantee you a PC.
No, I wouldn't say guarantee. You never know. Something could happen along the. Oh, something could happen in transit. You know, we could hit Fallout before then.
Yeah.
I would say like 99% chance you'll get a PC if you purchase one, but there's always that one chance something really bad happens. Gotta unscrew everything. How does this work? That's crazy. Like, we build PCs, you know, every day. But I was like, just a normal consumer, like doing a DIY build.
Yeah.
And it's like, let's say it's my first PC. And I bought the Vision because the reason you buy the Vision is you want that glass top. And I bought the Vision and I was so excited to get that glass top. And then you realize that this is all the stuff you have to do.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh my god, send it back. And be like, no. Because this is just so many steps. I feel like it's just over, like, there could have been a way to streamline that process. Nope. So Brad,
So,
you've been playing that new Peak game that's been going viral.
yep.
What do you think of it?
It's fun as hell.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's your insight.
that's my insight.
What makes it fun as hell?
Hard question now.
I'm here for the hard questions.
No, it's like a good balance. It's not. It's such an easy concept. Like you're just fighting.
I feel
But
like
it's difficult, like, because you have to manage stamina, and then there's environmental factors you have to avoid, and it's almost kind of like a roguelike,
yeah, that's
where like an entire run could get fucked over if you hit one of those tumors that blow up, or
oh yeah.
you know,
The
like
tropical hemorrhoid.
yeah.
That bust when we get too close.
Yeah. Yeah. A little excited. But yeah, I like that it's punishing, but I also like that it's like chill.
Yeah, it is chill. See, I like that it feels like an actual game.
Yeah.
Because like I've seen like a lot of the streamer climbing games, like Chain Together. What was that other one where you can like jump on trampolines and launch the character?
Yeah.
And you
To
could
the top or something.
Yeah, and like get over it.
Get over
And
it.
you, and like a lot of those games, it felt like they were designed for a YouTuber to pick them up for clips or videos.
Yeah.
Because it was. I don't like to talk bad about people who make games, right? Because they're doing something I can't do. But it feels like, you know, they just did like a simple, like, okay, this button jumps, this button does that. And they just did the character, and then they just placed random assets. Like they just pulled from an asset pool and placed random assets around to climb up.
Yeah,
And this feels like it was like, and this is like you said, it has the survival mechanics. Like you actually have a stamina bar you have to take care of. You can get cold. You can get burning damage, and it's like one consistent environment that you can tell. It's they built it, but it is like procedurally generated each day. But it's like an actual environment you're in, not just like a random asset flip of just stuff floating around. And so it feels more like an actual like game. It doesn't feel like just like, hey, let's make something to get some like 2 clicks for a quick second.
Yeah. I they probably are, but I do hope that they release some different biomes.
Yeah, I
Or
heard.
change the order of them. Like,
Yeah, I heard, or just make it a different island.
yeah.
Different biomes, like put a desert in there.
Something.
You know,
I'm sure they will.
an underwater one would be terrifying.
Underwater.
Yeah. Like, not like underwater, I guess, like you're swimming, because you have to climb, but like an underwater, like, cave, and you're just trying to, like, get up and out, maybe the water's rising.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it feels like, I guess that's my biggest thing, is it actually feels like a real game. And just, whoever made the physics of that game needs a raise. Because I feel like the physics is also what makes it so...
Yeah, the ragdoll.
The ragdoll, but just even like the little animations people do when they're climbing, like just the poses you're in when you're climbing is so funny. And I actually like, it's really stupid, but I actually think the concept of you being like children, like Boy Scouts, just makes it better.
Yeah, it has like the characters themselves have very Rick and Morty
I can
design. Like the faces, the customizations you can do.
Yeah, I can see that.
It reminds me a lot of like Rick and Morty or
that type of adult animation.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like simple.
Adult Swim.
Yeah.
A little bit of Happy Tree Friends to it too.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think the idea that it's just like a bunch of kids out there. Yeah, and it's just a fun game. Like there are some games like I said, that Came Together was like the last one I remember. And that's one of those games I see myself like playing it. I would play it like once and then I'd get my Steam refund in. Like I'd play it just to get the goofing tab out of it and then I would like return it.
Yeah.
But this did sell, I saw like 1 million in 6 days. So I do hope they add in like new islands that you can accidentally crash on.
Yeah, 'cause that's really the only thing like
they do generate it, so it's like a different, you know, the island, the pathing is not going to be the same each time, but the biomes are going to be the same.
Yeah.
And sometimes it sucks. Yesterday's pathing was awful. And it's funny because I see like reels and stuff, and there are people in the exact spots we were in having the same issue. And the day before, though, that first day you played when we were with Chris and stuff, like we made it to the volcano in one run.
Yeah.
Like that was almost easy. Well, not the jungle. The jungle that.
Yeah.
I was pulling out. I had to pull out some like weird Tarzan skills and start climbing all these random vines.
Yeah.
And the game captures hope. That's one thing I have, because there's always a hope. Like I have enough stamina, I can do this. Yesterday, I got screwed over because I saw like a thing sticking out above us, and it was the only place we could get. And it was like we were standing, and it kind of was like over us, but I could see the lip. so I had to like turn around, angle the rope gun, hit it, and then I had to turn around, jump onto the rope, and I was like, okay guys, this will get us up the next step. Got up there, and when I got up there, my heart sank because it wasn't like a flat climb saw. It turned into one of the slants with the grass. I was like, oh no, and I just started climbing. I was like, guys, don't follow me. You guys find your own way. This is where my journey ends. I just started climbing up it, and I slipped off and fell. Because you always get those moments where you're like, okay guys, we can do this, and then you can't do it.
Yeah. Is the Intel Arc A770 refurbished for $279, a good upgrade from a 4060.
An A770?
Yeah.
That's
16 gig.
That's like close to what it was, I think, like new almost. I would say if you can find it, and that's also close to the B580. I like look up B580 like that. Because I would say if you can find a new B580, that might be a better choice.
B5, the lowest price I'm seeing is 300.
300, so $30 more.
Yeah.
I would spend $30 more and go with the B580 and get a newer gen, and it's new. So I honestly, like I said, I would spend the extra $30 and grab that. Or grab a 9060.
B580 is 12 gigabytes there, sold at Best Buy.
Yeah, and if you're playing on 1080p, 12 is more than enough. 8 will sometimes have issues, but 12 is far more than enough. So I would, like I said, I would go spend the extra 30 and get a B580. Then you're just moving forward one extra generation. That's what. We are going to be doing a little, what do you call it? USB hub. And what was he upgrading from?
Kyle, what were you upgrading from with this guy? Oh wait, are you
No,
talking?
yeah, the ARC.
The ARC, 4060.
No, I would keep the 4060.
Okay, I'm playing at 1080p, or should I upgrade my 5700G?
Yeah, I would keep the 4060. That's fine. That's a
I
great
think the
card.
4060 is better than the ARC, right? Or they're
The
about the same.
B580s are really good.
Are they?
Good for that price. But no, I would keep the 4060. The 5500G, I mean, if you're on AM4, the problem is AM4 is still a good platform. And it's still being used. There's still a lot of faith in it. But the only thing is that it's not really future-proofed at this point. So it's like if we're this far in, like we're 2 gens into AM5 already. The problem with the 5500G is, I would say, where we're at now, I would just wait till save up and wait till you can just upgrade the platform itself. So I would just wait, and then whenever you feel like you can just upgrade to like AM5 and get like a 7600 or a 9600X, I would do that.
I was planning on going to Micro Center for my birthday and upgrading to AM5.
Yeah. I mean, if you're on a 4060, AM5 is really fast. I mean, the chips are super fast. So if you got like a decent, just like B650, B850 board, Micro Center, actually look up their bundles. Go to their website, and you should see for like computer parts as a section, you should see like AMD bundles as an option. And they'll have bundles there with like the 9600X, 9700X. It'll give you memory as well, RAM, and it will give you a board. And you save a lot of money. Like I've looked at those bundles, and I've looked at buying the parts separately. Usually it comes out to getting the motherboard free of charge. Like usually it's like 150 to 200 bucks less
Yeah.
than buying everything separately. So I would do that. I would upgrade the platform. Keep the 4060, dude. 4060 is a good card. FPS wise, you wouldn't see a huge jump going from a 4060 to an A770. That you wouldn't see like a jump at all. And the B580, it'd be pretty much the same. This is where we do that weird thing. Why do I still don't get why we do that with dudes.
I'll put them in the back.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
That's a subjective term, Brad.
It's cool. It makes it look clean.
Yeah, I think some people like the look of the tubes. That's why they do AIOs. Because you look there and you're like, yeah, you can show your friends like, yeah, water's running through that. Not wrong.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
It feels like one of those choices that was made that was like, because we would do this when we do builds. I'm just gonna do this one like ready to ship or something differently, and then like you get the luck of like TJ walking past you, just do that from now on every single time, and you're like, oh, why'd I keep, you know? It feels like one of those situations.
yeah.
It's actually, it doesn't look bad. What things?
So you just took out.
Oh, they were the extra clips, but they just kind of stick out and don't look good. And it's not like you can put a fourth fan on this radiator.
Oh, okay. For the fan.
That's like the clips to link the fans together.
Oh, gotcha.
Wait, we're doing another set of uni fans, right? Yeah.
Yes, there's 5 extra total.
These have the clips I'm actually gonna. I don't know why they're all the same uni fan, the Infinity, but the ones that come on the AIO give you a different clip than the ones that come in the packs. And depending on what hub you're using, it's one set of connectors. So it's like, I don't know. You should only want one hub, not 2 separate hubs. So it seems like it would make sense that they would just have all uni fans just have the same connector. Luckily, you get a bunch of extra when you buy the 3-pack, but I still, like I said, I still don't understand the thought process behind why they did this. Dude, my brain right now is literally all it's thinking of is what I'm gonna eat once the stream goes through. Like getting a coffee and then just eating. I'm not even like super hungry. Like I'm hungry, but it's more of like, so I don't like, it's not like I want to eat a lot, but I just want to sit for a little bit. That's what my brain's telling me I need. And I'm like debating. I'm like, the whole time I'm building this computer, I'm thinking of all the areas around us. I'm like, what do I feel? You probably get this on keto, right? Because I got this on keto. When you make something for the next day, and like I go to bed sleeping like, oh, I can't wait.
Yep.
That's like the counting the sheep. Right?
Yep.
Like, I'm just gonna start daydreaming about it. That meal prep. Because like I think that was the hardest thing to get used to originally, and now I'm just used to it in general with going to bed hungry. When you get used to like you're going to bed and you can kind of feel that thing in your stomach, like when it's like I'm hungry. I had to get used to that, but once you got used to it, now it's easy.
I just drink water.
Yeah, water will fill you up for sure.
Drink liquid has been a savior.
This is the part I find annoying. Getting the sandwich going. There. Ooh, Jersey Mike sounds really good too. Everything bread. I'm just gonna think about bread. Honestly, though, the keto bread's not bad. It's really good.
No, keto bread is good.
Yeah.
If I really want like a sandwich or something, I do the unwich from Jimmy John's.
Oh yeah.
Get like the roast beef, and it's like 4 net carbs.
Dude,
The whole thing.
I can remember the last time I've even had Jimmy John's.
Or I get wings from Wingstop.
They're breaded.
No, not the other ones.
You mean just like grilled?
No, they're the normal wings are not breaded. They're just fried.
They're fried in like breaded. I think that's what makes them crispy.
It's the skin. There's no breading on them.
Ah. Did not know that.
Yeah.
No, I know wings are like fried.
Yeah. But there's
But
no breading on
I
them.
thought you had to dip them in a little bit of flour first.
Nope.
Not breading, but flour.
Yeah, no, not these.
I love wings.
At least I hope not, because I've had them a couple times.
Yeah, I would
But I'm 95% sure. Smart looked it up when she was doing keto.
Are chicken wings keto?
Yeah.
You just said it.
Yes.
It just pops up saying hell yeah, brother.
Yes, chicken.
I guess
wings
also
are
it depends on the
considered keto.
sauce.
Yeah, I don't get any of the crazy sauces. I just get the buffalo.
Oh, maybe I'll do chicken wings, dude. That sounds good too.
There was a website.
You ever do that? There's like an app where you can take a picture of the food in front of you, and it will like tell you all the macros.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I can't remember what it's called. I gotta ask. If we play with Pat again, ask him because he knows it.
Yeah, jumbo wings at Wingstop are basically 0 grams of carbs.
Jumbo wings.
Yeah, just their normal.
Wings sound really good too. And ranch is like no carbs.
Yeah. Ranches?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, ranch is like barely anything. Fuck, man. Now I'm thinking about wings. Or Cane's. Oof. Cane sounds good right now. What is really good is I don't go to fast food a lot, but the other, maybe like 2 weeks ago, I did stop by Popeyes again. And they have a ghost pepper chicken sandwich, and it is bomb.
Really?
It's so good. It was, dude. And like, obviously it wasn't like, because it was more like a sweet ghost pepper. Like it wasn't that spicy at all.
Yeah.
But it was still really good. Now I'm just thinking about food. What am I gonna eat?
Yeah, you can usually get 20 wings for $20.
That's so funny though. I remember when wings were like 25 cents a wing.
I know. Boneless sauces, man.
Huh?
Or boneless wings, such a scam.
I don't like them. I don't know why they call them boneless wings. Why don't they just call them chicken nuggets?
That's what they are.
I know.
They're adult chicken nuggets.
They just don't have the same taste either.
It's breast meat instead of dark meat, but
they don't taste the same. They don't taste as good, and I feel like a fraud when I eat them. You know what I mean, Brad?
yeah. I used to almost exclusively get boneless wings.
What?
Yeah. Was that it like before keto?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, when you finally have bone-in wings, you realize how good they are.
See, I've never liked dealing with the bones, but they are much better.
There's a trick to.
Yeah, there you break. I saw
you
one.
break off the little piece,
yeah,
and you pull
and then
that
you pull
out.
the bone.
Yep.
And then you can just whoop. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you learn that trick, it's really not that big of a deal.
No, it's really not. The X3D chips are all very, very good for gaming.
Oh yeah.
Specifically for gaming. If you're doing any sort of content creation, you have to get the more expensive X3D chips. Well, you can still do it. It's not that you can't. It just won't be as fast as like an Intel chip.
9000 though is definitely doesn't suffer as much as the 7000 3Ds did.
Oh really?
Like the 7000 3Ds, because they couldn't boost clock like the regular X models could. So like that's why like when the 7000 series came out, people were like, there is no point to like the 7900 X3D and the 7950 X3D, because gaming performance, they were the exact same as the 7800 X3D, like literally the same FPS. Because most games don't really use over 8 cores anyways. And then workstation wise, the regular just like X variant was better.
Yeah.
But then now with the 9000 series, they're only giving the V cache to 8 of the cores. And then on the 3D chips, and then the rest are just normal cores. So they're doing a lot better with like the 9950 and everything for what do you call it? Editing.
I just wanted to make sure that it was.
Which way does this slide again? This way, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Son of a gun. Dude, just there we go.
Sorry about that.
No, my thermal paste is gone. Uh-oh. Oh, there's some extra here. door and put the door back on. Alright, we don't have much more. I think I just have to put in the bottom fans, and then it's just power supply and graphics card, and we're good to go on this.
Sweet. What's up, Angel? How's it going?
Where'd I put my clippers? Oops, sorry. And I just threw my screwdriver off. You know that's one of my biggest pet peeves in the world?
What?
Like, it actually stresses me out. Is when, like, you move something and that just knocks something else over.
Oh, yeah.
Like, don't you hate, like, when you go in the cupboard or the fridge and you reach for something and then grabbing that just knocks over something else? Or
Yep.
it actually, I don't know why, but it actually makes my heart race. Like, it gives me, like, anxiety. I fucking don't know. That's, like, the only thing. That is my one thing. Is for some reason, like, when you have to shift something around and then just domino effects. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Bottom fans. And this is gonna be Jesus. This is going to be the control hub we actually use. If I can get it out. Okay. Oh, like that. I think what it is, Brad, is I don't mind when I think what it is what do you call it? The stuff knocking stuff over when you're just trying to, like, I just want, like, a glass of milk. Grab the milk and, like, the eggs fall over or something. Is that I don't mind hard stuff being hard. So, like, if I have to prepare myself for something, like, if someone came up to me and said, yeah, Nick, you're gonna lose your house tomorrow, I could probably internalize it, fix it, and, like, figure out something, and I'd be okay with that. Not losing the house, but I'd be like, I could handle that.
Yeah.
It's when easy stuff is hard. Like, something that should just be the easiest thing in the world. Yeah.
That's what the deepest thing.
Jesus. It's when, like, the stuff that should be the easiest thing in the world turns into an absolute nightmare. I get absolutely infuriated.
Yep.
I don't know why.
Same way, man.
Like, when you just want, like, dude, where I live, it's, like, such a small area. It's like, oh, I just need a freaking, I don't know, cup of coffee, let's say. And I can go to the coffee shop, like, 2 minutes away from my house. Get in the car, and then there's, like, 8,000, like, freaking concrete trucks in the road. Someone crashed and flew off the guardrail, and there's a police stop, and it's, like, slow signs, and I'm just like, I will get pissed. Like, it's just, like, little things like that. Like, when it's just like, oh! It's like when something should be easy and it turns up being like the biggest nightmare. Or when you're like, I'm just gonna carry the groceries down, and like you just grab like water, like, you know, you're like, I got double stack the water bottles. You're like, nice, okay, just gotta carry the water bottles in, and then like the handle rips. like the plastic rips, and it just opens up and they all pour out on the side.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed and not wake up. I'm out. That's my checkout slip.
What's up, Deep Steak? How you doing? Yeah, they want the beams giveaway, not the APC giveaway. But yes, the drawing was this past Saturday. What's that USB hub that was mentioned? Assuming it has to do with the Lian Li fans. First time using Lian Li.
Yeah, it's just that motherboards usually have 2, and if you get a super expensive motherboard, 3 or 4 USB slots on the board itself. And so when you're using enough devices to where you're going to use more than 2 USB headers, you can get a USB hub where it takes up 1 spot on the board, and then it has a bunch of other spots in back, so you can still connect all your USB devices. So then they're called USB, and they work like USB, but they're different than like a USB flash drive. Like they're different than a USB Type A port. So it's like just an internal header. But it is something that is out of the way, and it won't bother you. You won't really notice it's there. But it makes it so we can get everything, plugged in and powered on.
$85,000 people entered the Beam giveaway with several 100,000 XP entries. That's crazy. I will say I think that the system you have set up, Angel, is probably the coolest way to win a PC. I really like it.
Why did we choose? Wait, I'm gonna. Never mind. I have to ask you that later.
Okay. Hey Kyle, what did you say the first game you were gonna play again was? Do you remember, Nick?
Oh yeah.
Death Stranding.
Yes. Underappreciated game, man. I'm not gonna lie. I loved it, and I'm still really shocked we're actually getting a sequel. Because I just remember the game getting shit on. Like even
Is the story good?
super good. But it's like even like IGN gave it a freaking 6, dude. IGN thinks Death Stranding is a worse game than Dragon Age Veiled. Let that sink in. Really let that just simmer for a bit.
I don't care what everyone anymore.
I gave up on what they think. I think I've said this on stream before. Whenever they said Gears of War Judgment was a 9.6, because they used to do decimals, and Gears of War 3 was like a 9.2 or something like that. And I was like, Gears of War Judgment's like a 3. It's like a 4.
Yeah.
Like who? And then that's when I was like, these guys are just not intelligent human beings. Man. Stop watching, and my life's been a lot better since then.
Yep. You heard of the VR game Midnight Walk, Brad? I'm gonna buy it tomorrow. The whole game is shot IRL using like stop motion animation. Really? What's it? It's supposed to be spooky but not full horror, so you might like it. I'll take a look at it. Midnight Walk.
We're gonna get Brad to play a spooky game.
Probably not.
No, you're
If
like
it's a little bit of if it's a little spooky, chances are I probably won't play it.
no, not you. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to get this to stick, and it's just not sticking.
I'm writing it down in my notes though. Deep stain. Midnight.
What in the heck, dude? I don't even feel like the adhesive sticking to the.
Yeah, playing Death Stranding for the first time and then going back to Elder Scrolls Oblivion to finally be able to run it with more than 40 FPS on low settings.
I'm so happy Oblivion got remade, man. Because I always thought just
I need to
because
jump back in.
I always thought just because it's like the most beloved against Elder Scrolls fans that Morrowind would be the first one.
Yeah.
To be remade, and I loved Morrowind as a kid. But Oblivion, I just think was peak. I think Oblivion, like I have noticed Bethesda's been downhill ever since Oblivion came out. Like, or Fallout 3.
Yeah.
Fallout 3, but that was like Oblivion is. It was like Oblivion and like Fallout 3 were their last. That was just their prime. And it's just never felt the same ever since then. Son of a gun. I did all that work and I didn't plug this stupid USB device in.
I love when I forget steps.
Can you hit the button real fast?
Bodies of Mrs. Vincent and the children found in the basement families. The medical examiner estimates they were dead for at least 3 days. The air conditioning system in the house was turned on, apparently to slow the decomposition of the body.
Sorry guys, I had to ask Brad a work question. Oh. I have to put it somewhere else anyways, because I have to make sure the USB device can reach it. That's not what I want. That's what I want to move. Screw it. Let's put it up top. Why not? Because then I can at least like Velcro it. This actually is probably the best plan. Or the worst plan. You know what? I'm actually gonna give Corsair credit on something.
Hmm.
Corsair's cases give you a spot to put the link box. Like they clearly make a spot where they're like, this is where you plug in our control device. Lean Lee's just kind of like, figure it out. Whatever works for you, Chief. Works for me. Oh, sorry guys. I've been so used to the wireless fans from Lean Lee lately. That's just like a USB dongle you plug into the back of the computer. That having to go back to an actual like control box. Ooh. I forget how annoying it is to sometimes like place these in a spot where you know like it won't block any other cables, get in the way. Got it here. Yeah. Yep. Sweet. There we go. Where are these?
Heard you were looking for me, searched near and far. You've gone through peaks and valleys to the mountain's core.
Okay. Now we're talking. Power supply time. I hear your voice too, Brad.
What?
I want to look like a nap.
Yep.
Oh. What time you got, Brad?
It's 11:10.
Oh, it's not cool. It's only been an hour?
Yeah. Yeah, an hour and 15, but that includes the
Wait.
wait
Whatever.
time. Yeah, start time.
Damn, why do I feel like I've been sitting here for like 3? Like, actually, my whole thing of time is like warped right now. I'm like, oh man, Jason's doing all this crap without me back there. I'm abandoning the boys. Something's getting knocked around.
I look like Jacob.
Look into my eyes, my heart beats like a drum. You listen to my lies, love is what you come. Your love is running at the speed of light, kissing every city lights, calls me into space.
I think we'll have just enough SATA cables.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I need what? 4? 1, 2, 3, 5. So I need 4. I had exactly 5.
Seems like we built this one before.
We have, but like different too. It's honestly every time something's like added to a model or anything, like streamers, different fans, it actually changes up. Like the general build comes out looking the same, but the process of doing it is different. Where are my zip ties? No, I have to hold the cables in place. Grab the zip tie. Beat the zip tie.
I will share that right now, Angel. Beam has officially surpassed 150,000 user accounts, our biggest month of growth since launching on April 24th, 2024.
That's awesome, dude.
That is great. This explosive surge reflects a powerful wave of global momentum, rising creator enthusiasm, and growing realization that Beam may be the future of live streaming. Love it.
One, 2, 3. Oh, where's that last song? Oh. Almost done here, Brad. You can go eat. I know you've been talking.
Oh no, you're good,
Know
dude.
how hungry you are. I can tell when I have like some caffeine in me. I'm gonna be glowing.
Yeah, 150,000 accounts, all word of mouth, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's actually,
It's super impressive.
that's something to be really proud of. It is though. I'm just looking for my.
Oh dang, Tuesday stream. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, Brad sat me down. He's like, this is what's gonna happen. Every day, all day. Start at 10 a.m.
Tomorrow we'll be streaming as well, and that'll probably be the last stream for the week, since the 4th is.
Oh yeah,
holiday.
Friday. I can survive till Friday.
Independence Day.
Dude, being on Independence Day, I just realized I totally forgot that there was like a reboot or like sequel to Independence Day in like 2016.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Totally forgot. And I just saw like videos of it clip up of like it was just people making fun of it because I guess it's just like a bad movie, but it's almost like so bad it's like funny.
I forgot about Independence Day too.
Oh, that movie's the original
Independence Day
is actually
Resurgence.
really good. The OG Independence Day is such a good movie. It's just I wouldn't actually say it's a great, Oscar-worthy movie, but it's just a classic.
Oh wow.
What?
Critics and audiences agree that Independence Day Resurgence was a terrible movie.
Dude, normally critics and audience don't agree. Honestly, usually the audience has to tell the critics what the truth actually is.
Usually it's the audience.
It's so funny that when you see like a terrible movie, it's like I don't know what the thing is. Whenever I see a movie and I'm like, damn, dude, that movie just sucked. Critics are like 80%, 90%. It's a masterpiece. You guys just don't understand it. And then audience score is like 30% and 20. I'm like, that seems a bit more accurate. I never understood that. I always wonder. I wonder if there's like something where people just have to like, what do you call it? I can see the beauty in something that has no beauty. And so I wonder if like that's why they do it. I always like wonder what these critics are thinking.
I think that they kind of like food critics. They go and have a very specific criteria of what they're evaluating. And
why can't you just evaluate if the movie's good or not?
Yeah. But I mean, it's like it has to be a little bit more nuanced because then what makes critics job worthy,
I think it's a sham job.
I mean, you might be right.
I really think critics is kind of a weird job to have. But like, food, I think, makes sense because you get those like wine tasters who can frickin' sip a glass of wine and tell you exactly when the grapes were picked in which region of which country.
Yeah, but I mean, you can do that with films though too, because there's a lot of references to cinema history that goes over a lot of people's heads, and
no, don't get me wrong. There's like sometimes like I can't like if my friend said like Oppenheimer was a bad movie but critics liked it, I can understand because it's like a sit and it's talking.
Yeah.
But like but like you can still sit there and think, like understand it's a master. Like there's movies where you can like, I don't know how to say it. Like there's movies that I watch and I can understand it's a masterpiece. I just was like, I don't like it. Like Nosferatu, masterfully shot, great movie. It was, for me, I thought the first like 30 minutes was the best, and then the ending is one of the worst endings still. Like it's just,
Yeah.
it's such a dumb ending. But like I can understand like watching it that it is like an artistic piece. Like it's like, but then there's some movies where it's like this movie's just bad.
Yeah.
Like I think the first one that they gave me was like Last Jedi, and they were all giving it like an 80 and 90. I was like, this is just a, but it's like it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
Like you even have the actors saying it's a bad movie.
The problem with Last Jedi was
Everything.
they completely rewrote characters.
Yeah.
Like Luke was not Luke.
And know what? Well,
And,
I
like-
think the biggest problem was just Ryan Johnson used that movie as a statement because he's openly stated that like he likes movies that are divided. So he likes movies where half the audience likes it and half hates it. And it's like, so he made the whole movie for like he didn't want to make a good movie. He had like, if you listen to his interviews and like pick apart the words that
Yeah.
he speaks, he had no intention of making a good Star Wars movie. He only had intention of making like a shock value movie to like build because like controversy, like it's like the same thing with word of mouth. Like bad press is still press. So like
Yeah.
controversy gets people talking about it, and he just wanted to make. I think he just wanted to poke the bear essentially. Like he just it's like the Joker. Like some people just want to watch the world burn, and that's exactly what Ryan did. And you can hear that in his, like you can hear that was his plan if you listen to the interview and kind of pick apart the words he was saying. He really just wanted the Star Wars world to burn, and just.
Now, if
like,
you want to talk about masterpiece movies, it's got to be Dragon Ball Evolution.
Amazing, dude. I actually saw that movie pop back up. That was the first movie. Three things. First movie I ever wanted to walk out theaters in, and I was like 11 when it came out. I dragged my mom to that, and that was like the first time I had because when you're like, you know,
When did that movie come out?
like 2008, 9,
You were
7. No, it's like 2006 or 7.
Oh. I know.
But I was in junior high. I was like in 5th or 6th grade.
2009 is when it came out. So you were what,
7th
freshman?
grade. No, it would have been in 8. I would have been like 8th grade then.
What year did you graduate high school?
12. But what if it was early 2009? I would have been 8th grade.
It was
Well-
April, yeah.
So
Wait, no. You would have been a freshman.
no, it came out, but it definitely came out before I was in high school.
Because if you graduated high
'Cause
school in
I
2012,
I legit
your
remember.
freshman year would have been 2008.
When was it in theaters? Maybe
It
that's
was-
when it came out in DVD.
No, it was released April 10th, 2009.
Dude, I could have sworn I was so much younger. Like, because I can remember my junior high. But anyways, that was like one of the first movies. Because usually when you're a kid, you like everything. It can be like there's like games and movies that I loved as a kid, and you go back and watch it now, and you're like, oh my god, why?
Dragon
that-
Ball Evolution was so bad.
And that was like the first movie I saw, and I told my mom, I was like, we gotta go. Like, we absolutely have to leave. And she's like, nah, I paid the fucking ticket for this.
You're gonna
Fucking
sit here and watch it.
And I sat there, and I think that's when a critic was born. And I
Yeah.
watched this, and I was like, and I remember, like, I didn't know the story. Because eventually you learn the story that the guy just read, like, a wiki, like, a Wikipedia, like,
Oh,
synopsis
really?
of Dragon Ball and just made the show. Yeah, he legit never read or watched it. But, like, my thought was, I thought he hated it. It was the same thing with Last Jedi. I was like, these guys, did they just hate it? And they snuck their way in just to ruin the fan base?
Hi guys, legit question here. What's the whole deal with the 14900 versus AMD? Do you guys still build i9 even though they have the issue where they blue screen due to overheating? According to Intel, they can't fix it, so is it better to build on AMD processor?
I mean, that issue is very like few and far between. So it's the same thing as like the melting connectors on 4090s. It's because you have to remember too, on the internet when people report stuff, no one reports good things. Like no one's gonna go on Reddit and be like, my 14900K is good, I like it, and that's the post. Like people go online because they have like the complaints, right? So you'll see a lot of complaints online, but the actual like real world issues of it happening is really minimum. And like we've never had. Not with the kids. Like, it really is such a small thing of it happening. But AMD versus Intel, it really is just a use case thing. I mean, I'm a big AMD guy just because I'm a gamer. And lately, ever since, I would say 3000, Ryzen 3000, they were just, for my personal use, they were just really good bang for the buck for just being a gaming computer. And then ever since the 5800X 3D and the 3D cache became a thing, I've just been a huge fan of them because, like I said, I use it for gaming and general use, and those the 3D cache CPUs are just so good for that. Why are you not going in the... Not funny, Brad, it's a real issue.
For some, maybe. Yes.
Brad likes to laugh at other people's trauma.
Yep.
Dude, why? Some people are so generous and they give you like the little blue tabs or something when they put cellophane on. And some just stick them there and say good luck.
Yep.
Anti-sag built into the case, which is super nice. Oh, but I do have a cable in its way.
Anti-sag?
Mm-hmm. It's not at the top of the rail either. I'll check that in a second. That'll do it. Alright, I'll fix that. Just the cable's in the way, but I can't really get around to this second. And we do have to get this back, get this thing programmed. I will fix it on that programming bench. The key thing I'm worried about right now is, does it power on?
It's a good concern to have.
Yeah. That's usually the biggest concern when building a PC. Does it work? If it doesn't, work, I can fix it. I hate it not working on stream though, because then I'm like, oh, now I all eyes on me fixing it. And this is such a pain. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. No, that definitely won't get through the bottom. So we're gonna have to go do it sideways. Everything's in my way. Oh yeah, the anti-sag is going to be in that. Son of a gun. I'm gonna have to take care of it now. Didn't think I...
They're just stuck.
Oh no, this 8-pin doesn't want to come. The front USB doesn't want to come out all of a sudden. It can stay in. I can just...
What's up, Addy?
Oh, thank you. Good. Jiminy Cricket. And now I just have to put this under.
Vaguely, Addy. Were you able to get it?
Yeah. Yeah, but now... We're good.
Oh, why'd you return it, Addy?
Oh, maybe I'll have to do the top. No? No. What's that? So we'll do it on this side. That doesn't work. Okay.
All the games I tested were flickering and stuttering no matter what settings are, even on low, and some just crashed. That's crazy. Did you get something in its replacement?
Nothing. This case, man. The vision's great. I love the vision. But they really didn't think of ways to route their own strimer cable.
I have a 5070 at home. It's awesome. I love it.
Don't lie, Brad. You have a 5070 Yeah.
That's what I said, didn't I?
I think you said 50, 70, I don't know. Mhm. No, it didn't work. There we go. Ooh. Way more stressful than I wanted that. Oh, yeah. These cables just are so like they're just like huge, Brad. And there's not much I can do about that.
How many PCs have you built in total?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean definitely like mid-hundred range.
I would say approaching 1,000.
Yeah, maybe. Definitely could be there. But it's always something different, dude. PCs, not all PCs are the same, and like, it's always like, even when you build a lot, like, it's, you learn, I think when building's your job, you learn our models, right? Like, so we have models, and you learn a specific way, like, because we like to do good cable management, we always do our best. And it's like, when we get a model in, we learn the best way to cable manage that model. And then it becomes like a rhythm. So every time you do it, you know it, and it's the same. But then, like, when little things get added or changed, so like if we change a cooler on our models, we change the case, we change, you know, cables, streamers are added, anything like that, it changes up that rhythm, and then you're almost looking at the computer like it's new again. And so even when you build a lot of PCs, there's always new troubles, new things, all of that. That's right. Where is it? The front panel. I'll screw this back on. But yeah, there, between work, my personal computer, and my friends, yeah, it's definitely been a lot of computers that have been built. They were so many screws, and then they add in like these big ass things, you know.
Oh yeah, those big screws on the bottom that you can never reach.
Yeah, because they put fans there.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes they test the case out and it looks good out like on paper, but they never then like. I would build a computer. I think I would build and like work in reverse. I would build the computer, and then I would focus on assembly and disassembly based on what's a fully finished computer. So that way you make sure like your figures are never blocked by fans or anything like that. We got it. Yeah. You'll. Top, and we should be good to go. Should be. Let's hope it works. Alright, you ready? I'm not.
Let's do it.
Where's the button?
Your finger's on it. It's right there. There you go.
Alright, she's glowing.
Crazy how many PCs you've built. I literally bought a laptop because of many complexities in PC building, and here you are, 500 PCs built. It's honestly, building a basic PC isn't that hard.
No, that's why my PCs, you guys hear me talk, are always just black builds, black fans, black everything, because if you, the RGB, it's like the RGB and the little things that make it hard.
Yeah, like this build is a little bit harder because of all the fans and all the accessories and stuff, but it's really just means more cables you have to manage. But if you do like a basic build,
Super simple.
Yeah, it's super simple.
Especially if like the fans are like just pre-installed in the case.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
But this one's good to go, and we're gonna set it up and get programmed, and hopefully this one ships out today.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna start at 10 a.m. again for tomorrow's build. And yeah, that'll be the last stream for the week. So we'll catch you tomorrow. See you guys.